What is going down, Stranded Deep fans and M7 community? What's going down? MacGyver7th here, live finally after about a week of a hiatus, but we've got some exciting things. I've been gone and I'm going to be putting out a plethora of videos for updates with technology, GPUs, but today we are gathered around Stranded Deep. 1.12 has come out. And let's go ahead and cover the news and see what's changed, because it's decadent. Like, they put a lot of work into this. I will have the links of the PC and the console versions down below. If you're newer to the network, hit the subscription button, get excited, and accompany it with that notification bell. And let's go ahead and scroll into it, shall we? So as you can see, there is tons of stuff from online disconnections, save crashes, host anchor deploys. Players cannot sleep on the raft, apparently. I tried that. I put a bed on my raft. It's good until you get into choppy waters. But let's go ahead and look at a cleaner format. As you join me over here, we can see that we have the patch. Drift freshly came out for as far as what's been rolling out for them on the 22nd. As you can see over here, it fixes what we mentioned before with the saves. It has the player destroying the raft base while standing on it. You don't want that. And disconnecting the cause client joining the game for mismatching the game versions. Disconnected by the client and joining in a in-progress game and receiving the expiration for the session inside of that message. Disconnecting for as far as the store items, so you store them and visible for the client to pick up after an in-progress game. Picking the items could cause a disconnection. On top of that, for as far as the game time for the desync while sleeping, new day events not being raised, causing a floating inside of that error inside of the sleeping sequence. So on top of that, for as far as the desync list that rolls by, you can see that there's clients owning the skinned meat and leather. You also had the players being able to pick up the objects while being skinned. On top of that, for as far as you can see that the clients were able to operate in the gyrocopter simulator. So there were some major desyncs, and I'm kind of glad I took a break off that and didn't destroy my chopper, because I finally just got that thing up in the air not too long ago. Besides that, you can see what happens for the client unable to host on the session. So a lot of this is the gameplay multiplayer that they really integrated over the last month, and now they're just kind of mopping it up. And a lot of people were asking for that, and they did a good job, I think. But leave a comment down below. What are you seeing today in the 1.12? Are there new at-large bugs that we need to look at? Leave a comment down below, so that way no one feels alone if they're also feeling that same exact bug. Now we can look at food and water. On top of the clay and leather, you can see that there's the desync for the client on the clay and leather, and then the draining quicker in multiplayer games for the water. I guess people are just very thirsty. The SPF meter dropping faster after the 2171. That sun just got really bright, getting a burn, not a tan. On top of that, for as far as the value remaining at the high until the nightfall. On top of that situation, unable to see where the starting crate with the wooden crate and the client disconnect from the network while accessing the crate. On top of that, the client being dropped on top of the items being duplicated in the backpack on rejoining the same session after exiting. On top of that, you can see for as far as the durability of the tools not displaying correctly after the client reconnect. And that's a huge thing, especially if you're trying to build something and you know you only have so much durability left with that before having to craft something new. So that's a very useful tool, and I'm glad that they fixed that. Hosting clients for as far as the single resources inside of the crafts, light hooks for as far as the refund material of destroyed, players able to level up on the cooking statistics, so while knocking out the campfire when the other player is cooking. On top of that, for the fire pit, showing the availability for resources, utilizing the different crafting recipes. Life raft, continuing to move when the player gets knocked out while it's operating. That sucks. Players unable to sleep on the raft, characters, positions inside of utilizing the raft and the motor. Also on top of that, we have the camera flipping when looking down. The raft is not on the water. Scenarios where players were standing up, were getting stuck outside the shipwreck. On top of that, the raft physics and the host raft anchor, showing the deploy for the client. On top of that, the client gets stuck inside of the inaccessible areas when hosting inside of the stand to escape on the island shipwreck walls. Fix the difference in the type of tools, inflicting same amount of damage while dismantling the counter wall. You can see also for as far as the player is unable to interact with the environment objects when dragging the crude spear after impaling a coconut with it. I didn't know you could do that. I'm totally gonna impale a coconut now. Watch the light to bright for as far as making the text difficult to read. You can see that the not enough room in the inventory notification and the audio sound effects for as far as the highlighted item when backing inside of the storage is full. Labeling inside of the situation for changing that clarification instead of enable to do in multiplayer now is hopefully able to do that, so you can label the stuff or label other people's stuff. Incomplete cause of death message when killed by a small crab, because that sucks when Mr. Krabs kills you with a Krabby Patty. On top of the NL text showing after the public and auto instead of the host of the submenu, and you have boars not being included inside the wildlife setting. Those poor boars. We couldn't have any delicious boar. Crabs also were one of those things we were missing, and sea urchins, which I can care less about. Those, quite frankly, they're assholes. I hate sea urchins. You run, you snap on it, and then you gotta get a PP plant, and then you gotta make some medicine. It's complicated, and time is never on your side. Known issues. In order for the stored in storage for as far as the replicate out of sync for the client joining inside of the game progression, it is possible for the clients to see the rocks in the inventory and drop it, but a different item will be seen as it drops from the host. So if you experience this issue, they recommend that quit, rejoin, and in the lobby, and it should be right as rain. On top of that, there also is the list for as far as the PC client. It literally is almost duplicated. When I was looking over here, you can see that there is some specific stuff for as far as PC later on down below. As you can see where it says depending on the region and the server loading, sometimes you may join an older session and code's not working. So I'll have both of these linked down below so you can definitely check to see what's going on. And I've got some exciting stuff for you guys and girls that are a fan of Pokemon. There's a game that I stumbled onto the last week and I kind of went a little crazy on it. It's kind of cool. But I will be talking more about Alchemon, and definitely check out the video up above for the fishing NFTs, because you know that's the future play to earn. So check them out, everyone. I will see you guys and gals in the near future. If you're brand new, subscribe. It's free, helps me out as a creator. And if you do today, who knows, maybe Beam Team will send me some kick-ass like shark pop. I don't know if they'll do that, but I would really like a shark pop. You should make one. Stranded Deep, I think people would buy it. Or make like a Wilson pop or something like that along the lines. Get on it. Anyways, everyone, stay safe, stay classy, and it's nice to see everyone. I'll see you guys and gals in the near future very soon for technological updates, for updates that are like a sea of them. I just like turned on my system. I was like, oh my, there's tons of them. So I will see you guys and gals towards the tail end of this day, and get ready for the spamification of notifications. Later, everyone.